Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Winx
And I'm Adrienne Tilly.
and this is Marshmallow Mimosa.
Hello.
We're both a little sleepy right
Yeah.
now. We're a little sleepy.
We'll wake up as we go.
Yeah, we gotta get pumped.
Yeah. For you guys.
Yeah.
All you 10 or 15 people out there.
I'm doing a very dramatic scene right now where I'm riding a mountain bike down a hill and then opening up a Mountain Dew.
Whoa.
That was the sound. It's extreme. Okay. We're off to a good start. So, everybody, before we get into our topics and such, we have a very exciting thing to talk about. Giveaways. Yay.
Pew.
I was waiting for some reaction
some
from
kind of
Adrienne. I got nothing.
I was like, what's some kind of sound effect? I don't know.
Okay, so if you've been listening for a while, or if you know anything about me, basically, you know that I do Book Bath Box, which is a quarterly subscription box that sends you all of the lovely supplies you need to take a bath while reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
And it's lovely.
It is lovely.
It's so lovely.
I can attest.
Yeah, Adrienne gets the boxes.
Yes.
So I have a couple extra boxes that we are going to use as giveaway boxes. If you would like to win this, for one, I should give you this info. The theme for this quarter was Winx and Ink, which is the name of my YouTube channel, and I themed it thus because it is my 1 year anniversary of starting the box, and the box actually originated from a random YouTube video that I made, and it's been great. So I'm sort of celebrating that journey thus far, and it's been really great. I've said thus twice, and we've been recording for about 2 minutes. So this is
Word
great.
of the day.
This is great.
We should say whom a few times.
I will bust out some whom.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I am
Bust out some whom. Sorry, that's the topic.
Okay. Oh, wow. All over the place. So I'm shipping out the boxes tomorrow, which is partly why I'm a little delirious, because I've been putting together all of these boxes. But I have these 2 extras, and we want to use them for the giveaway. You can enter in one of 2 ways. Actually, you can enter in 2 of 2 ways, because you're welcome to enter both. Number 1 is go and support us on our brand new awesome Patreon.
Woo! I'll just give it a woo when it comes up.
Thank you.
There
That's
we
all
go.
I wanted earlier. That's all I wanted.
I'm tired.
You can support us for as little as $1. Yeah. Adrienne has made some really adorable names for the different levels of support, and $1 is the catnip level.
Mm-hmm. You can be a kitten. You can be a tabby. You can be an alley cat. You can be a phantom panther. You can be a Totoro bus cat, whatever level you want to be.
It's perfect. I love it. So,
Woo!
so yeah, if you go and you support us for $1, you will be entered. You can also go and give us a review on iTunes. So we love getting the ratings, but you can also write out a review. And this is one of the best ways that we can get our podcast out there. So,
well, the only way we're going to know if they actually did it is if they write a review, and we'd really appreciate if they did that. So
yes,
and
exactly.
And emailing us you're letting us know you did it with your name, your actual name, because we have usernames for iTunes.
Right. So go on iTunes, leave us a review, and then send us an email at marshmallowandmimosa@gmail.com letting us know, hi, my name is blah, 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 and I just wrote you an iTunes review.
And if it's 1 star, you're not in the running. I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't have to
be honest.
You don't have to give us 5 stars, but don't be a jerk, please.
We appreciate 5-star reviews.
I mean, we're not just gonna pay people to give us a 5-star rating. Go out and bribe random people. But
I thought you were gonna say 1-star reviews.
I mean, we're also not gonna pay you if you give us 1 star. Yeah? Give us an honest review, but be nice.
Yeah, that's what we're about here. Be nice.
Just don't be mean to us.
I mean, if you have nothing to say, don't say anything at all. But why are you listening?
I don't even know.
Anywho.
Okay, so with all of those caveats aside, you can enter this giveaway either method, Patreon or iTunes, and it's going to be open until August 31st, and then we're going to choose
2017.
Yes, 2017. This is the single month-ish type of
you never know. We're going to have so many listeners next year.
That's true.
Wherever.
That's true. August 31st, 2017. It will close. And then we will be sending out 2 of these amazing boxes that I have hand curated and put my heart and soul into.
Yes.
Please love them.
This one's great. Yeah.
It's great. Adrienne got hers early, so
yes.
she knows. Okay, so moving into our usual.
Yeah.
Is it my turn this time to go first? What I'm doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe it. So
I think it
so.
is. So, as mentioned, I've been doing Book Bath Box. That has been my main thing for the last week or so. I have managed to get 250 boxes put together, and I'm very, very pleased with that. And that was thanks in large part to friends such as Adrienne. And
I didn't help that much, but yeah.
You did help quite a bit, actually.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you folded like a lot of papers for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you
didn't feel like that much work, so
it was good. It was very helpful, and of course, my girlfriend Jess was over and did a lot of work, and my friend Kelsey came over and helped as well. So, all of these people combined helped me, and it was fantastic. And I will actually be able to sleep, and it will be fun. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
Sleeping is great.
Sleeping is great.
I always get delirious whenever I'm about to send out the boxes, but
I remember this from last time.
Yeah.
I've offered to help, I think, the last 3 boxes, and this was finally the first time that you said yes, so that's nice.
Yeah, well, this is the first time that I really needed it. Yeah. So, anyway, I've mostly been doing that, but while I've been doing that, I have been also spending some time, I caught up on the latest 2 Adventure Zone episodes, which was fantastic. It's getting super real. It's actually, they're in the finale section, so
I'll catch up. Maybe this weekend I'll catch up.
Yeah. So that's been great. I've also been watching Vanderpump Rules.
I don't know what that is.
Lisa Vanderpump is one of the housewives on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I'm starting to mix up my housewives there. But so she runs a restaurant in West Hollywood, and it's basically like the really dramatic and attractive staff that run the restaurants and like wait tables and bartend and stuff, and like all the relationships between them, because there's all kinds of like scandalous relationships between them. And
how do they get work done when they're like just gossiping all the time?
I mean, it's not even like a gossip thing. It's just like one of the waitresses is dating one of the bartenders, but used to date this other bartender, and then they break up, and then she goes out with this other bartender, and then like, oh my gosh,
is there like hidden? Is there like cameras embedded into the walls, or are people like actually following people around with cameras?
I'm assuming that they're following them around.
Because I worked at restaurants for a while, and it's just like I can't imagine someone following me around with a camera and actually be able to do my job effectively. So.
I mean, in the restaurant, maybe there's some that are just in position always, but I'm just assuming there's like a whole crew because, it's a reality show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But it's highly entertaining. So I was watching some of that.
Oh, man. Reality shows. Go.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing, though, is that it is really important, and both Adrienne and I should talk about this, is that this weekend we finally got to meet up with the D&D group, or most of it. There's 3 people that we didn't. It's going to be a big group.
Yeah, all ladies, though.
All ladies, yeah. And there are a few ladies who were not able to join us for this. But Anne, our DM, was in Portland for a family wedding thing. And so she stopped by when Adrienne and Jess were over helping me with boxes. And we did a Skype call with Frankie from Frankie Reads, who is also going to be joining us. And so we all just went through our character ideas and like rolled for all our different stats and came up with backstories, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
And I think I really realized that I am a gnome sorcerer in my real life heart. So
and that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Honestly and truly, that does. unsurprisingly, I'm going to be a halfling cleric because that is my soul is a halfling cleric.
Yeah, I think I realized that like the wild magic is like when I think about like my creativity and stuff. Not that it's that crazy, but
I really like that.
Yeah,
I really like that.
So it's fun.
Yeah, no, that's great.
You like sparked my imagination because you said like Jess had like figured out what her like real life D&D like class and race would be. So
IRL, Jess would be a paladin. Although she's actually playing a barbarian for this.
Does she have like a race that like you're like halfling? I'm like, no.
I'm halfling. She had. We actually discussed this, and she said that she leaned towards half elf, when she is actually going to be a half elf barbarian, and she was raised by wolves. And oh my god, I love her name in the game is going to be Growl because her wolf name, but like other beings can't pronounce. Only wolves can pronounce it properly, so people just call her Growl. I love it. No, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you're into, or you still got some stuff?
I mean, that's basically what I've been into. Okay. I was listening to a few audiobooks, but that kind of fell to the wayside with all of the other things going on. Yeah. I basically could not concentrate, and reality TV really stepped in.
Yep.
So that's where I'm at. What are you doing?
Neil Blomkamp's third short just came out, and Zygote, and it was amazing. It had Dakota Fanning, who I hadn't seen in a long time, as the main character. Yeah. And it was great, and I highly recommend it. Another good, like, amazing, crazy CGI that was really creepy.
Perfect.
And then I'm reading 2 books right now. One that Winx lent me the physical copy of, and it's been like a while since I read a physical copy of a book, but it's A God in the Shed by J.F. Dubois, and it's really good so far. It really got me. It's like kind of like a cop serial killer thing going on in a little town. And there's some supernatural elements going on, and it's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, when I read the description, I immediately thought of you.
Nice.
And the cover was just really pretty.
Yeah.
So
I forgot there was this amazing serial killer book I read for anybody that likes serial killer cop stuff. Lots of people do. I don't feel guilty about it. Yeah. Everybody
embrace
has
it.
A morbid curiosity,
like,
whatever.
Don't replicate it, but you can embrace your love of it.
And it's called The Shining Girls. And that one's amazing. And that was like a really popular one for a little while. But there's like a serial killer that has this house that travels through time. And so he goes and he kills women in different time periods. And so they can't really connect the murders. Does this look familiar?
No, you were telling me about this before.
I couldn't remember the name of it. And I finally looked it up on my Kindle. And I was like, oh my God, The Shining Girls is so good. Yeah,
I remember you telling me about this. Yeah.
And another one I'm reading is Deathless by Catherine Vellante. I think have you heard of that one?
The title sounds familiar, but I don't recognize the author. I
was trying to find a book that was like Uprooted.
Okay, yeah.
Have you read Uprooted?
It's sitting on my shelf right now for me to read.
It's really good. And so I went on Goodreads and I found, I was like, I need something that's like that. I've been trying to find something forever. And so this one is really interesting because it's all based in Russian folklore. Okay. And it's so based in it, I have to look up a bunch of stuff because I'm like, what? Like weird, all these weird creatures, like there's like these weird gun creatures and stuff, and like all this like the Tsar of like life and Tsar of death, and they've been like battling for centuries, and I'm just like, there's so much going on that I've never even heard of in like folklore.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so she's like kind of this girl got kind of like like the Tsar of life came and he wants to like marry her, and so he takes her away into the country of life, and it's really crazy.
That sounds interesting though.
Yeah, it's kind of weirdly written. It kind of reminds me of like an old fairy tale where it's kind of feels a little like choppy and stuff, and all of a sudden it's like I'm in this part of the story, and then I'm finally getting a grasp of what these creatures look like maybe in my head and stuff, and then like bam, 4 months later and she's over with another person, and that person's a wizard, and then bam, Baba Yaga shows up. I'm like, what's happening? Like, so it's kind of like a little bit of a wild ride, but it's been really interesting so far, and I really want to see where it goes. So
all right, well, yeah. I look forward to hearing how you feel about it after you read it.
But yeah, anyway, that's what I've been doing. I've been really enjoying some reading so far lately. So yeah,
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a couple things, as usual, that we want to talk about. The first of which is talking about creative control and having control in your projects. And I particularly wanted to talk about this because it's something that I have noticed that I can struggle with, and something that I have to deal with more and more with Book Bath Box. Part of it is giving up control. For me, part of it is giving up control of all of the little details in the box. And some of that is pretty easy to do, like having you and Jess help me put the actual boxes together. I'm not personally overseeing to know that every item is in the box. And sometimes I catch myself like leaning over people's shoulders and being like, are you putting all the things in? But you know, everyone does a great job at it, and they all turned out beautiful, and I'm very thankful for everyone who helped me. But dealing with that and not just doing everything personally myself,
right, yeah,
that took me like I had some feels getting over that. It's interesting, like when I'm doing my YouTube videos, I have such an easy time because I can just do them however I want, and I can re-say things as many times as I want. Yeah. And I think I've actually mentioned this in the podcast before, that
talking
this
about
is
perfection. Yeah.
Perfection, yeah. And that's how, like, this has actually been really good for me because like the last 3 episodes Adrienne has edited because I have been in my Book Bath Box like whirlwind, and that's great. And it's great because I didn't have time, so thank you, Adrienne, for doing that. We usually alternate back and forth, but
yeah, I'll be busy at some point too. So
that's true. Yeah, it's good because it kind of forces me to just let go of that thing that I helped work on.
Yeah,
like I have no more control over this, and like I'm not going to be the one editing it, so I just have to let it go and move on.
Like that car in the background right there.
Like that car. It's just rolling on out. It has no care for those control issues of yesteryear.
And it has no care for people that might be recording podcasts.
Yeah. Jeez.
Jerks.
Whenever it's not summer and I don't have a weird AC unit in the window, that will probably be better.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, and I just feel like it comes up a lot, especially also with work stuff, like writing and having to write in a certain voice because I'm working for a specific company.
Yeah.
So I can't just use whatever tone or word choice that I would use. I don't know, it's just an interesting thing. So I thought this would be a good thing to talk about.
Yeah. That's very similar to my job because I work at a company right now that's like contract work for like blah company asks us to do this, blah company asks us to do that. So a lot of times it'll be like an actual style guide that I need to adhere to and stuff. So
right, yeah.
You know, these colors and only these colors and that kind of stuff. But I think like with being a full-time, well, I'm not 100%, I'm doing project management too, but I consider myself like a full-time designer because I do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of just like you just kind of start giving up control because like a variety of reasons, because after a while you realize that design in particular, it's better when there's more voices. It's better when there's more diverse people putting input into a design. And like if like a bigger example is something like the I don't want to say Alexa, never mind.
I have an Amazon Echo right next to us.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't remember what the name was.
Yeah.
But like when that first came out, it didn't register female voices very well.
Right.
And that's because it's all like white guys designing the thing. And so they only like, there's like a lot of design that's like that, especially tech, because it's mainly white male dominated.
Right.
That things like that will come out and it'll be like, oh, they didn't even have a woman consideration. They didn't even have any minorities. They didn't have anybody from different backgrounds, you know, making any considerations for this. So you kind of learn that it's better to have more input into your design, so that changes it. Doesn't like you take away control, your artistic vision from that.
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah. Like
it scares me. I mean, it doesn't really scare me, but it's something that I think about is what will I do whenever I get to a point that Book Bath Box is too big for some of this, where for some of the things that I do and some of the things that I sort of customize and personalize, how will I handle that when it's bigger?
Delegation
is good, but I mean, but that's actually also a really good point, though, is that when I bring other people in, I'll have those other perspectives and other views. And I think that's something I don't think about a lot. Like I just I go into worry mode before I think about the benefits of it.
Well, I mean, that's like, I had to learn how to be a manager at my last job, and I do management now too, and it's like delegation is just like, there's just too much to do, so you just have to trust someone to go and run with something. And there was like a moment when I became manager at my last job where I was like, I sat down and I go, what kind of manager do I want to be? What have I liked in past managers, and what would I like to be doing for people I'm underneath? Or what I basically, that actually goes into my management thought was that I'm at the bottom and I'm supporting everybody, rather than a lot of, even though some managers that are at the top and they kind of look down on everybody.
Right. You're holding them up.
Yeah, because they're doing the work. I'm just helping organize the thing. You know what I mean? And I'm there if they need it to complain about something or whatever. So it's like, you just have to like figure out, at some point you're basically going to be managing other people, and so being the kind of person that's like a micromanager, or the person that goes, I trust you to do this job. And somebody's going to do a lot better work if they just go, I trust you to do this correctly.
Totally. And that's the thing, like, that's the side that I believe in. So when I catch myself leaning towards wanting to double check things, or having issues with giving up that control, it freaks me out a little bit, and it makes me,
I don't want to be that person.
I don't want to be that person. I need to like step back and analyze it. And I think it's hard sometimes because it hits me in the middle of the stressful season when I'm putting all the boxes together. So it's hard to like take a look inside of your soul when you're like frantic.
Well, I think it's also, I mean, you learn who you're managing, and you know some people can do things better than others. So if you just like, not that you don't trust us, but at the same time, we are just free volunteer help. And also it's like, you know, if it was an actual company and you had hired that person and they were like there to do that job, and you knew them and you know they do it, then you're going to trust them a lot more than like, you know, this is the first time I've ever given this to anybody. They're doing it in their free time. They don't, you know, care as much as I do. You know, it's like,
totally.
You know,
no, that's very
true. Nobody can care about it as much as you do at this moment. So,
right. You know. Well, and I think that this was actually a really good sort of test run for me to have like you and Jess and Kelsey helping me. Kelsey's helped me in previous boxes because she lives right next to me, so it's really convenient for her to come over. But I think this was helpful for me to have you all helping because, like I said, I mean, like everybody did do a really great job, and I'm really happy with how all the boxes came together. So kind of like shushes that voice.
Right.
I have this side note, tangent. We haven't really tangented. I think when we're tired, we haven't tangented as much.
It's weird.
I know. Sometimes when I have like an anxious thought in my head, or that voice in the back of my head that's telling me something is bad when clearly it's not really, like if you looked at it from, you know, like a logical perspective, you would see that whatever that voice is saying is just blatantly false. But it's really easy to believe it. And I call that my my Bogart, like in Harry Potter.
Oh,
yeah. So then I have to do the ridiculous spell, and because that's how you say it. You don't just say ridiculous. You say ridiculous, and it's very dramatic and wizardly. So I have to do that to like realize that it's actually really ridiculous.
Good.
Yeah. And this was one of those cases, I think.
Yeah. Similar to that, I feel like. If we were all sitting there and we're all putting together boxes, and you're like, just so you guys know, the things I'm anxious about are that something's going to get left out of a box, and I trust you guys, but also just like a fear that's like in me, and I'm sorry. So it's just like,
right,
you know, just like getting that out there, and that's all just going to also like be like, well, don't worry, we'll double check, you know, like you can trust us. It's going to make you feel a lot better. You don't have to like, it reminds me of this thing that I saw that was like, I saw a few people writing about it, but it was like anxiety parties where like these companies were doing things where like, especially when you have like a really tiny team or something, just getting everybody together and being like, write all your anxieties down. We're just going to like work through them. Because a lot of times it's like somebody going like, I don't feel like I have a lot of imposter syndrome.
Right.
And then everybody goes like, no, you're great and we appreciate everything you're doing here. And then you're like, walk out of that meeting and you're like,
you feel so much better.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff is just stupid and you just keep it with you. And
Right, because you think it's stupid, so you don't reach out for the validation.
Yeah.
No, that's totally true. And actually, I totally would have gone down that route, but as it turns out, like, one of the first things that we started talking about, Jess and I, when she came over to help me with the boxes, is that she was like, oh, wow, like, I would be worried that I would forget some of these things. And I was just like, right? So we actually just bonded over that mutual worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily, I actually did a count and nothing was left out.
Nice. Yeah, I'll probably, like, write a little, like, on the card, on some extra cardboard, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, like, every box I'd be like, 5, good.
Well, my system was I was just opening up, like, 5 to 10 boxes around me in a circle and then going through and putting each item in each box. So that way I had like 5 to 10 opportunities to realize that, oh, actually I didn't put the bookmark in or whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I just, as a designer, there's a million ways that people are contributing to the project that you're on. Because especially like if you're working on a big product, you use like you get user feedback, you get help desk things coming through. So you make a design, and you really learn really quickly that if you just think you are the smartest and you think you can just do it all yourself, that it's going to go out there and it's going to be completely wrong. And you're going to get feedback from the developers first, who think that you're like, they see all the problems, and then it's going to go out there, and then all the customers are complaining, and the people that have to like tell the customers how to do something. So it's just like you have to. There's a lot of just get over any, feelings you have like of control of your projects and just accept it. Just be like. And once you like just start bringing that to you and just being like, now I'm at the point where it's like there's this like fail fast mentality in design, and that's like a mantra. And so it's like the faster you just put an idea out there and see if it's like validated or not, the faster you're going to get done with your design work. And also I've been trying to, something I want to start instilling in the people that I'm like kind of teaching my classes, like the longer you hold on to something, the longer you're putting all this energy into this design that you're working on, whatever it is, the more attached you're going to be to it. And so you need to just get out in front of people at like the most rough stage to see if they even want the thing that you're doing. Right. And then, because like if I spend like a week on this and I'm like, it's perfect, it's beautiful, you put it in front of somebody and they say like, no, I'm sorry, this is not going to work. You're going to be so much more crushed than if you had like, taking a half a day, an hour to put something together. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I feel like I really actually like the fail fasting. Because I use that in, I used it before in coding because it's really easy to fall into a hole of like planning out things in that. So I would use that for coding, but also with writing, like, I mean, that's one of the key points of NaNoWriMo. Which is National Novel Writing Month, to those of you who don't know that. Every November, you write like 50,000 words in 30 days, and it's very exciting. But yeah, so the idea is like you can't sit and think about it too much, because as soon as you stop and start thinking too much about it, you miss your daily word count goals, and then you won't get the 50,000 words. So you just have to sit down and fail fast and just write. Yeah. 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 All right. Is that all you had to say about control? Yeah. I talked a lot about control. I talked a lot about... I controlled the control conversation.
As you do with everything. Well, let's just bring this up right now.
Let's just throw it out. So the other thing that we wanted to talk about was rewarding finished projects. And I wanted to talk about this because I control everything. I love that this is like all coming to a head.
Oh yeah, we found out that you're just like super micromanager. Like, right? Yeah. Wait, no. You made me do this podcast. No, I'm just joking.
I will say Adrienne approached me with the podcast idea.
Yes, that's true. So,
but I wanted to talk about rewarding finished projects because that's basically what I did today. We tend to record on Fridays and then put the videos out on, put the podcast out on Wednesdays.
You better not cut that out. It's a task for you.
Okay. Embrace the vulnerability. Lose control. So it is Friday. I was planning on taking off Monday because I'm shipping boxes out tomorrow, Saturday, and figured I would take a extra long weekend to sort of recover from all of the box stuff. But instead, I, for various reasons, decided it made more sense to just take Friday off and like wrap things up with the boxes and then chill over the regular weekend days.
Yeah.
It turns out I just got a lot done last night, so I actually was basically done already by this morning.
Awesome. Yeah.
So I spent a really good chunk of the day just doing like my own self-care time and rewarding myself, although in a slightly like boring adult way. That I was like, I'm going to reward myself by going to Great Clips and getting a haircut. But my hair was getting pretty bad. It gets to that point where my hair is naturally curly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You would not know that because I keep it short. But when it grows out, it gets curly. And like it's starting to get to that point where it was curling.
Yep.
And my hair's also really wiry. So when it starts curling, it gets real annoying.
Yeah.
So I went and chopped it off, and I feel a lot better about my life. And just kind of had like a nice chill self-care day. But I think it's really important to give yourself like positive reinforcement, even when it's a small project.
Yeah.
And admittedly, this is probably just me justifying giving myself presents because I love to do that. But no, I think it's important to celebrate successes, even like when they're very small. I think that a lot of times we are, there's that sort of that mentality, which is fair. Like you don't get a gold medal for everything you do in life,
right?
But sometimes you can give yourself sort of a gold medal. Like it doesn't mean you can't celebrate things when you feel good about them, or like when, even if it was like getting a haircut, like that was like a struggle because I had so much going on. So yay haircut. I don't feel like I do this enough. I kind of, in the last year or two, I finally figured out how to finish things. So without being like paid, it's my job to finish it. Mm-hmm. Like the personal projects, pieces of artwork, whatever. Right. A lot of it would be like 3/4 of the way done, and then it just kind of peters out because I lose interest, or I'm not happy with it, or blah, blah, blah. So I finally figured out how to actually finish things. And so there's like just a certain joy, because it's been like my whole life of being like, get almost all the way done and then it kind of drop off on something. So there's there's still a lot of like happiness in just actually getting something done. I mean, that's fair. There is sort of like a whatever happy chemicals in the brain release. Reward in and of itself when you finish a project. Yeah. And I mean, I'm already pre-planning my reward, I guess, for the end of this class, and I've been like really excited telling people because I found this place that teaches you how to make neon signs in Seattle. I'm so excited for this. I was trying to find a place forever. There's none in Portland at all, and so I'm definitely gonna do that. It's either gonna be like haggle with my parents for like early Christmas, kind of like half of it, or it's gonna be like part of the money I made from the class. But so that's like my kind of You can help Adrienne go to this camp thing tutorial. It's not a camp. Like an intensive, workshop. You, like in a cabin with other like neon sign makers. Well, it's interesting. If you think about a neon sign and woods are like opposites. I love it. But I'm picturing like a lumberjane style like camp where you're just making instead of making lanyards, you're just making a bunch of neons. Yep, that's exactly it. Perfect. Yep, you can help me be there. Lanyard, but you can help Adrienne go there by supporting us on Kickstarter. Yeah. Shameless plug. /ins. Yeah. I've been wanting to do this for like wanting to learn how to do neon for a while, but I don't think I can just pick it up by myself, and I want to make sure I actually want to do it before I like go like
oh my gosh, no, my new passion in life, you know, because I can do that, and I don't want to invest $500 or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, so. See, that's the thing. I think with some
probably more like $1,000.
With some mediums of art or hobbies or whatever, you can justify just winging it and trying it out.
That's most of my hobbies, like when it comes embroidery.
Right, yeah, like I went to Joann's and got a little starter kit or whatever. Meanwhile, when you have to get like legit equipment and like chemicals, then you might want to do a little course.
And I think I have done a lot of the small time art things, and now I'm like, no, I want to move up in the world.
You're leveling.
I can do it, and I want to do it, and I can afford it, and so we're going to do this kind of a thing. Yeah.
Your internal gnome sorcerer just leveled.
Yeah. Oh man,
that's beautiful.
Neon's amazing.
Yeah. Achievement unlocked.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
It's so good.
That intensive, it says that you come out of it with 2 neon signs. I'm sure they're not going to be like super high quality, but they're going to be like, you have your own 2 different neon light things. And
okay.
Like, awesome.
This is your reward. And you can do what you want.
Oh,
but I'm just going to plant a little suggestion. How cute would the like kitty face logo for Marshmallow Mimosa be in like orange neon?
If all of our listeners can go to Patreon and help me get to that class, then yes.
Oh my god, please, people, make it happen.
It'll be $20 whole out of the lamp too. So
oh man, that would seriously, it would be super cute though.
Yes, that's true. I don't know how advanced these beginner signs will be,
but you could just do like a cat face outline. Like it doesn't even have to have the mouth or anything. You just like the head shape,
just the outline, and then maybe the whiskers coming off or something.
That would be cute.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been telling people that I really want to do this, and every single person goes like, they get like kind of sidled over and they're like, I have a suggestion when you're doing that. So yeah, if you could just let me, you know, I'm like, wow, maybe I could sell neon signs for a living. And I'll just
Adrienne is literally describing a conversation that we also had.
Yes,
because I was one of those people.
Yes. Oh my gosh,
I really want a neon sign for Book Bath Box.
Yeah.
One day. That's when I know that I will have made it. Is when I can...
When your friend has learned how to make neon and...
Right. I guess that kind of does take away a little bit, because I figured when I'm at a point where I can afford to get a neon sign...
Yeah, you would have to pay me a little bit. So I can imagine the amount of
you won't give me like a free $500 sign? I thought we were friends.
I wonder how much materials cost, all these questions.
Yeah, anyway. That's the thing. I am just assuming it's going to be like hundreds of dollars to get us like a...
I think there usually are, yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's got any amount of intricacy to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be one thing if it was write my name, but...
Winx.
I mean, I would also take that, actually, now that I've thought
Melissa
about it.
and Mighty and Winx.
Oh, man, yeah, just something. Everybody's name. That would be pretty good. But yeah, if it's like... Here's a picture of a bathtub with a book over top of it.
Yeah.
Like that's
going to be simplified a little bit.
That seems like it would be a little bit difficult. That might be like journeyman level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreams.
It's going to be
making my dreams come true by
those moonshot dreams.
Buying it.
Yeah. I was actually so we were talking about this earlier. I love moonshot goals. And I love this phrase.
I love that I get I've just been hearing this from a few people, and then it's become
no, it's one of those things where I've always liked this concept, but I never had that turn of phrase. And now that we have sort of put that out there, I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just comes up in so many ways, and I feel like if we have a driving message of this podcast, I feel like moonshot goals are a key part of that.
And poodles.
And poodles.
Be a poodle in your own life.
Be your own authentic, true poodle.
Yes.
And also shoot for the moon.
Yes.
Get the moonshot goals.
Yeah.
So like on the Patreon, we have a few moonshot goals on there, which, may never happen, but they also may happen.
Yeah.
But I feel like just having them there makes me so motivated. It makes me so excited to work on the podcast and just like come up with ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about moonshot goals.
Which we're hoping, I don't know how crazy it is because I do think only like 20 people are listening, but we believe in you and you're awesome. Anyway.
See, I think I hold on. I want to step in here because I feel like you need to get rid of that. That, you know what that is? That is a Bogart in your head.
That's true.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
We have at least 21.
At least 21. It's true.
So, yeah. No, but seriously, like, I feel like we have to just embrace the idea that we are starting up the bell curve. Well, not the bell curve, because that was good. We are starting up the
exponential curve.
The exponential curve of followers.
Yeah.
And
I just need to see some reviews to believe it. I think that's that sounded like that really sounded like me, like we rehearsed something so that I could like bring up this like evangelical priest or something, like, and we can save souls or something. Like, it's just like, wow, okay, I did not plan that. I sounded so pathetic.
Save your soul and give us an iTunes review.
There goes that 21st person as they were evangelical Christian. Bye. Oh yeah, I can't even remember what we're talking about.
We were talking about rewarding our finished project.
And then I got so excited about neon that
but that's legitimately exciting. Like, I'm excited for you to learn neon.
Yes.
I get excited about basically everything that Adrienne starts doing.
That's true. I think you are my biggest fan, actually.
I think I might actually be. One day you're going to come over to record this and I'm just going to be wearing like a t-shirt with your face on it.
Whoa. I took this off your LinkedIn.
I took a picture when you weren't looking.
Ooh, creepy. Yep.
Super creepy.
Yep.
Yeah. So, besides me creeping on Adrienne, I do actually get really excited about all of your projects because you have such good, cute stuff, which is
thanks.
Also why, I don't know, I just feel like this also makes me excited. I'm just gonna get real cheesy,
okay,
because I'm in this mood.
I feel like we're like getting into like real cheeseball stuff anyway.
No, okay.
So we'll end it with another. If only we had those iTunes reviews.
You don't see it, but a single tear just rolled down Adrienne's face.
All right, get cheeseball. We're ready.
No, okay. So I'm just gonna throw this pre-cheese notice out because I feel like this particular episode is going to be, I think, interesting to the listeners because we're both in various states of like extreme tiredness, and I feel like I have gone through what I always go through this sort of cycle whenever it's time for boxes to ship out, but I get really excited. I get so pumped as things start actually arriving that will be going in the boxes, and I know it's getting to be time, but then as soon as it's really time to put them out and I realize, I have this much time before they have to ship, I start becoming more and more and more stressed. And it gets to a point where I am like unbearable, I'm sure, but
I never witnessed this, but
okay, well, I tried to stay aware of it, so I just tell myself like, don't get unbearable. But I start getting super stressed, and then as soon as the boxes are done, I hit this point of just being so happy, and then
like
it just
delirious.
Like I'm delirious from being so overtired and like from stressing out. Like, it takes a lot of energy to stress. So by the end of it, I'm just like a big cheese ball, and especially because and this is where the cheese is coming in, because I feel like that every time I put the boxes out, I see the supportive people that I have around me. So, as I said, Adrienne helped me, my neighbor helped me, my girlfriend helped me. Yay. I had people who were like my friend Catherine, who I believe actually listens to the podcast. So hi, Catherine.
Hey, Catherine.
She sent me
I don't know you.
Yeah. She sent me a little care package that had this like, those it's like a display piece, but it's a book that they sort of cut into the pages, so when you look at it from the side, it makes a picture.
Nope.
Basically, they cut and fold the pages back so that when you have the book standing up and you're looking at the pages and it's just sort of open, it'll make like a shape. This one makes a heart.
Okay.
It's very cute. I don't know what the name is for this type of art, but we'll just call it book art. Anyway, so she got it and sent me that with this little card that has these pandas, and it says hang in there, and just like these pandas like hanging out and stuff, like climbing on trees. And it's just like, it was just a
That's
little,
really nice.
yeah, I was just like, hey, like I thought you would like this, and I'm sure you're stressed right now, so I hope you enjoy. And I don't know, so it just makes me really grateful for the people that I have around, and it makes me just like really excited about all these things. And I had some point that actually led me to this cheesy tangent.
The cheese overwhelmed you.
This is another thing. Whenever I'm editing these, when I'm listening back, I hear myself go off on the tangent, and then I listen to myself as I get lost. And then I get to this point where I'm like, oh, what was I even talking about? Well, I'll just start a totally new topic. And then I'm editing it and I'm listening and I'm like, no, Winx, this was what you were talking about. Go back. You had a point.
I guarantee I do the same thing, but I don't care because I think that's how I live my life. I don't even like realize it. I'm just like, oh, moved on to a new topic. I'm listening to that now. Like, I don't even care.
Some of mine though, I'll start like a legit story, and
Cole told me that happened a few times, and I'm like, I was editing that one. I don't remember it.
No, because I'll start it and I'll be like, no, you guys, this is such a good story. And I'll get all pumped about that story.
I interrupt you.
And then I don't fit. I mean, I think I just go off on different tangents like, internally. And
I've been trying not to do this, but I think like a few episodes ago I was doing it, where I get really excited about things and we're just like really talking, and I will just start a sentence and then halfway through I'll change I'll change my entire thing I'm thinking about and moving in a different direction. It's like one sentence that is like half one thought, half of another. And so
wow.
Yeah. And when I start getting really, and then like some people there's like at work and stuff, I just like, there's some people cannot understand me, and they're just like, what? Like, like I am talking way too fast and I'm switching topics way too quickly right now. I'm sorry.
This is what happens when we get all amped up, though.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could remember what I was going for, because it was going to be good. Basically talking about getting all excited about the podcast. Man, what was it?
You were talking about. I know this is easily our worst. See, this is the problem. If you care about it, then we spend 5 minutes trying to figure out what we were talking about. You can't just go. You can't backtrack a tangent. They just exist. They're free form. You wanted to go cheesy, you went cheesy, we did it. We're good.
You just like dropped a philosophy bomb.
Yep.
Like, you can't look back on life.
You can't look back on tangents.
No, you got to move forward like that car earlier.
That's when you're like going back and you're like, what were we talking about? You're like Transformers and Mars bars, and
usually I'm pretty good at like walking back the train of thought.
I'm not.
I'm usually pretty good at like stepping my way back across those stones, but
when it's gone in my brain.
Yeah, this one's gone, but you know, it was good. Whatever
it was good. I believe you.
Just trust me, listeners. I'm sure it was good.
We enjoyed this podcast, and
I really enjoy doing this. But I do feel like this is gonna. I would be curious to hear what people think of this one, because they are witnessing us witnessing me at the end of Book Bath Box Time, and then also Adrienne in the middle of teaching a class on top of everything else.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be tired for a few months. But you know what? The worst. We're just totally talking about podcast stuff right now. But anyway.
Shrug.
Yeah, you did shrug and rolled your eyes really hard. The one episode that I thought was our most crazy, it was like we were talking about our favorite genres and stuff, and I thought we were a mess on that episode, thinking back on it. And I listened to it and I was like, I really like this one.
Yeah.
I was like, we should talk about like books and stories more often, because that was a great conversation.
Yeah, no, we were really like flowing in that one.
I know, and I was like,
at the end of it, I was so sure that it was a hot mess.
I know.
There was
it's
even
like when you look back on like taking a test, and you're like, the tests that I always thought I did the worst on were the ones that got A's. So
yeah, no, that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Because I was pretty sure that was going to be a rough one to edit, and I felt extra bad because you were taking my turn that time.
Nope,
that was good.
Yep,
that was good. Which, yeah, that actually leads to another thing, is that we've gotten some pretty good feedback from that one. So we might do more like that going forward.
Yeah.
This whole first season is kind of just testing the waters in different ways and seeing what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
But we're coming up with some good ideas on how to kind of fine-tune things.
Yeah, if you are listening, please email us or tweet us or leave a comment. Some people also have really nice YouTube comments, and I appreciate that. And whatever else other methods we have. And let us know if you'd like something that we did in some episode or whatever. Like, we want to make a podcast that you like.
Yeah.
So if you liked us talking about books and stuff, which I liked, I would like to talk about that more.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I guess, do you have anything else? I'm trying to think of what else I might have wanted to say back when I thought I had a game plan.
Rewarding. I think we just talked about, like, we started talking about, like, rewarding ourselves and la 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 la, and then we just kind of go off on it.
I mean, basically, I think positive reinforcement is a great way to get yourself
I think we're
motivated.
patting ourselves on our backs right now in general for doing
This is just
7 episodes of this podcast.
This is the episode in which we just congratulate ourselves for 55 minutes.
And 7 episodes and we're good. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll not see you again.
No, I actually, it's one of those things where I think if I was trying to do something like this by myself, I for sure would not have consistently done 7 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
But because we have 2 people involved, and so we're sort of holding each other accountable.
Yes.
It's actually happening.
That's a good way to do projects. That's why I'm like, that's a way more easy way for me to, like, get things done. And I love working with people. So
yeah.
I don't like, I don't love strangers, but I love working. Like, I like people. I just
community.
Don't like strangers. I like community. I like working with a team and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like our D&D party.
I can't wait to actually meet the last few people. So.
Yes, I'm so excited. I want to know what they chose character-wise.
Yeah, by the time this goes out, we'll already know.
Hey, time. Time is magical. This is also the episode where I just randomly say words. I'm just like, time.
Another good podcast title.
Fantastic.
Time is magical. And these are, like, totally nonsensical titles.
Right.
Most of ours are.
No, we usually just listen through the episodes and find a turn of phrase that we find funny. And then
bust out some whooms. Needs to be like a t-shirt. I love that.
Oh, man. Okay, well, that's another thing. Is that one thing we've been talking about, and I'm going to make this fast because we're already at like 55 minutes.
Oh, okay. This is just a really long outro to the podcast.
But see, the beginning of the podcast, we didn't really tangent at all. And so now I'm just like making up for it.
I know we like had all this energy and focus, and then we like could graph this real easy.
Oh, man. So we were talking about, and one of it, I believe it's actually listed on the Patreon, is that when we hit a certain level of subscribers, we are patrons. I will forever use YouTube terminology for everything in life. Whenever we hit a certain number of patrons, which I believe was 500.
Or I think it's $500.
Oh, we're going to make $500 from the patrons. We didn't have,
Yes.
So once we get to that point, then we would be able to start making cute stuff.
Yeah. Like,
that you can, like, purchase.
Can I say some of them? Because they're amazing.
Yeah, please do.
Because a lot of these things you just need to buy a certain amount, but we don't want to invest a bunch of money into something and then have 100 sitting around.
That's the thing. Yeah, we can't spend $500 when we're gonna sell 50 of them. You know.
So badges, like full on like woven badges, and enamel pins, and awesome things like that. Silk screen T-shirts. All these lovely things could happen, and they could happen quarterly, which would be so exciting. Like a new awesome thing. And they wouldn't be like Marshmallow Mimosa. They would just be like, we legitimately just want to be like make cool stuff and like give it to you.
I mean, they could also have Marshmallow Mimosa stuff because that would be cute. But like,
it would be cute too.
We could make.
We're not just gonna give you like endless
swag
that's like, like branding ourselves.
Yeah,
that's
like
what
you went to
say.
our convention booth.
Yeah, and I mean, it'll be like associated with themes we like and stuff. But
nerdy, cats, all the things.
Winx amazing sayings like bust out some hooms.
Poodles. There definitely has to be poodles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll have all kinds of things, and it will be fantastic. And we could do a lot of cool like T-shirts with cute phrases. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We could basically have like a Marshmallow Mimosa quarterly box.
Yes.
It'd be like Book Bath box, but just pure, unadulterated cuteness.
Yeah, and really, yeah, I love making like things like enamel pins and stuff. They're just so awesome. So
I'm super excited about all of this.
yes,
So I really want to make it happen.
yeah.
So
I think if we eventually we'll get there.
I think we will. I have faith. I have faith in our moonshot goals.
Yeah, if you guys like, share whatever.
Yeah.
Do things. Get it out there. I know there's people out there that would enjoy this. It's just the hard part. Marketing is so hard because it's like, how do you get the word to those people? So if you know somebody that would like this,
You know how you get it out there?
We have to rely on you guys.
You get it out there with mouths.
Did you say mouths?
Yeah, mouths.
Okay. Just double checking. It kind of sounds like a mix between moths and mouse to me. I was like, oh, wait.
No. People, use your mouth, please. And get us out there. I thought that was going to be a better, like, one-liner than it was. But this is a good...
I also ruined it by calling it a moth mouse. So.
I can tell instantly by your face that it had not gone over well. But this is a good time to segue into my public radio part of the podcast, which is to say, lovely listeners, and
my stomach hurts now.
I'm sorry. You can help us out by, as we mentioned, of course, following us on YouTube and on iTunes, becoming a patron on Patreon. Enter for one of our giveaways on Patreon / on iTunes. Follow us on social media, Marshmallow and Mimosa. Oh God, okay, I have to remember that my brain power is so limited. I need to come up with a really good. I know, just like she's still going off on the like mouth thing, and
I must be so tired right now. I don't even know how tired I am.
Yeah, follow us on social media, Marshmallow Mimosa on Twitter, Marshmallow and Mimosa on Instagram. You can find us at marshmallowandmimosa.com, or you can email us at marshmallowandmimosa@gmail.com.
Woo!
So many things. It's so good. I should really write that out so I can just actually say it right the first time sometime. That would be great.
Yeah, but this podcast is also an exercise in you being vulnerable, so it's all good.
It's true. It really is. It's an exercise in all of us being vulnerable.
All of you out there, all you little marshmallows.
Yeah, you're
squishy little marshmallows.
You're squishy and vulnerable, just like a marshmallow.
Yes.
But you know what? Ooh,
What?
I feel like this is okay.
Drop the truth bomb on us.
No, I feel like there's a really beautiful and delicious analogy.
It's gonna be like, tip of my tongue, cake it. Oh, no.
What?
Give it. Did I say mouse? Give it to us.
Our listeners are marshmallows, right?
Yes.
They're being vulnerable and they're squishy.
Yes.
But they're also adorable because, like, let's be honest, marshmallows are just by nature adorable and sweet.
Totally.
And you know what? Sometimes when you put yourself out there and you have those moonshot goals, you run some risks and you get a little close to the flame.
Ooh.
But who doesn't like a toasted marshmallow?
No. It's so cheesy. I love it so much.
I just broke Adrienne. With that delicious and adorable analogy.
I'm already like crying from the mouth.
Yeah. So,
anywho,
to add on to our ever-growing sign-off,
yes,
to all you toasted moonshot marshmallows,
you're the best.
you're the best.